Okay, I'm going to show you a free program that I use to make videos. I add a little bit of transition between the different scenes, stuff like that. If you notice down here, I have some clips opened up. They're AVIs, the format. They're from about 10 years ago. It wasn't a really good camera, but it'll work for what we're trying to do. So Shotcut, you can get it at shotcut.org. Right here, shotcut.org. It's free. Open source. I love open source stuff, and you can do a lot with it. So we'll open up Shotcut. And once it opens, we want to create a new project. We'll call this Sail Away. Start. Now, we need two things opened at the minimum to use this program. We're going to need the timeline and the playlist open. These are both open. There's also shortcut keys. If you use it a lot, I would use them. So we're going to go into the playlist. We're going to grab some of these files. We'll drag them and drop them in here. You can put them in whatever order you want. It doesn't matter. We're going to change it down below. It starts playing a clip. I don't know if there's a way to turn it off or not, but it ain't no big deal. So you can go through. You can actually go in here too and set start and stop if you want to edit the clip before you even bring it into here. So the first thing we're going to do is drag the first clip down to the timeline. You got to make sure the timeline's open. This is what it looks like. Now we're going to grab the second one. We're going to move it to the right just a little bit. Now if we have this snapping turned on, if we move it up, it'll butt up right against that one. Then we can take the timeline and scrub across. And look, and when you go from the one scene to the next, you see it jumps. Maybe we don't want that. Maybe we want a nice smooth transition. So what you need to do is click on it, move it away, drag it back over top a little bit, and this box here is going to be your transition. Now, it defaults to dissolve, which I like and I use a lot. You come across here, you'll see it'll fade from one real nice into the other one. But if you don't like that kind of transition, you can right-click on it in Properties and come up here and change it to whatever you want. Maybe you want a circle in the center. And you can come over here and you can try it, where it does that. There's other settings here you can go in and change. And you can change transitions between each scene. So we'll go back to playlist. We'll grab another clip. We'll drag it down here a little bit to the right. And if you left that space there, you would also see that it's going to be black. Well, you might want that for certain things. I don't know. So what we'll do is we'll grab this, drag it a little bit over top. I try to keep the transitions about the same size. And I think there is a way you can go and change the sizes. We'll come here, we'll do Properties. And we'll do Clock Top. See what that one does. That one comes in. Scrub over it. See how it comes in like a clock? So that's what that one does. Now, when you get a lot of videos on here, you can actually change the size right here with this scroll bar. Same thing as the bottom. When you get we'll go back to playlist. When you get a lot of clips in here, you can move through the timeline with this slider bar. So we'll come in here, we'll do right-click Properties, we'll grab some other transition. Diagonal top left, let's see what that looks like. We'll scrub across the timeline. Okay, see how that went? Now I'm only going to do a little over a minute video here just to show you how it actually works. So once you get everything set the way you want, and I would recommend going in and playing around with the different things. There's filters where it can change the video stuff. You know, you can click on here and add color grading, brightness. You can go in here and play around with those. Right now, we're not going to do any of those things. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to export the video. So you come up here, you do Export Video. Now, the encoders that you're going to use, I would recommend using this most of the time, this H.264. It's a common one. It's a good one. It's better for high resolution than what I have here. It's good for like 1920 by 1080, which is usually like a default high def. I'm going to make another video to show you how to make title screens, and we'll put title screens at the front and the back of this video. But for right now, I want to show you this editor and it'll make the one video. Then we'll bring that one video back in, and then we'll add some other stuff to it. But I want to show you this for right now. I would recommend using this high profile. And you're going to export file. You're going to figure out where you want to put it, and it will default to the name of the project. So we'll click Save. It'll start running that encoder. It'll start encoding it. 4, 5, 6. You know, it's encoding pretty fast. I'll let it go. I was going to pause the video, but we'll wait. We'll wait. You know what? I am going to pause the video, so you don't have to wait. Okay, and as it goes across, you'll see it'll start counting down. It tells you how many percent it is, how many seconds are left. Down at the bottom here, it's building the file. So you don't see no preview or anything yet because it's still building that file. And according to that, we got about 40 seconds left. I probably should have paused it a little longer, but what the hell. 31, 30, 68%. I do like open source though. It's a lot better than paying for a lot of that crap you get that breaks or don't last long, or you got to have a subscription or some stupid bullshit. Okay, 17, 16, counting down. And you can see the progress bar going across. It's a nice little feature. A lot of times I have another computer that I use and I set it up and let it render maybe all night with some really big video files and 3D models and stuff. So it's kind of nice. I can check on it with something like this. And when it's done, you should see it up here. It's done. It says it's 1:43 long. Our video down here changed. We have a preview now. Now we have, it looks like transitions at about 25 seconds, a little over 40 seconds. So we'll watch the whole thing, and you can see what some of these transitions do. Watch down here. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So around the 26 second mark, you should see some transitions. And you should be able to change the length of those transitions too. It'll do a lot more than I showed you, and I'm not an expert with it. But there, you see the circle go in, or however you want to call it.
Yeah,
this was cruising out of Fort Lauderdale to the Caribbean, Punch Islands, St. Martin, where the planes come in over the beach. There, you seen the clock when it went through there? That's Port Everglades. There's a lot of planes come in all the time, cruise ships going in and out.
Okay, talk to you later for the week. Okay, here you go.
There's another diagonal thing. So that's basically what it'll do. And like I said, this wasn't a good camera. If you have a good camera, and I've done a lot better videos with newer equipment, but I figured these were short enough that I could show you. I'm going to do another video with Inkscape next, I think, and show you how to do this. Hope you enjoyed it. You got any questions or anything, let me know. By far, I'm not an expert, but I want to show you guys a lot of free stuff that's pretty easy to use, and hopefully it'll help you out.